My name is Jennifer Borson, and I'm currently the speech teacher at Roosevelt High School in Johnstown, Colorado. I have been able to help students over the last 16 years build their communication skills, but I'm really excited to bring a specialized training to all high school students to help them build confidence with impromptu speaking. So students will participate in a minimum of 3 rounds of mock interviewing and impromptu speaking exercises. This is really meant to encourage a supportive and collaborative environment meant to embrace the theories related to practice. Now, students, like I said, will participate in a minimum of 3 rounds of mock interviewing, but really the practice rounds are meant to give students ample opportunities to practice building oral communication skills needed to interview. Now, for students to feel like learning gaps are being addressed, that their voices are being heard, all students will participate in a needs assessment. Now, students who participate in the training at Roosevelt High School will already be members of the Speech Class Google Classroom group. So, students will have school-issued iPads in order to make the use of Google Forms and Google Classrooms the easiest, most efficient and fastest way to survey their thoughts and feelings related to their current preparedness level related to interviewing. Students will also find surveys to public speaking anxiety and communication apprehension links via Google Classroom. And we'll also find daily exit slips posted on Google Classroom in order to make sure that the training is focused on daily icebreakers and getting them involved. So I design activities to make it so that students can work in small groups to practice answering common interview questions. Learning how to speak on the spot, develop well-rounded answers to prompts, and appear confident while speaking takes time and training. So when given opportunities to build impromptu speaking skills, students express a heightened level of confidence associated with communicating and interviewing. Since adolescent students participate in a variety of interviews during their high school career, they may be asked a series of questions meant to help clarify concepts found in research projects or interview for entry-level job positions, and may participate in extracurricular activities that require the use of interviewing and impromptu speaking skills in competitive activities. So, impromptu speaking exercises that use prompts and questions that are often asked in interviews give students opportunities to learn how to build answers meant to address these common prompts. Relevance, practice, and feedback can help students feel empowered, confident, and prepared for real-world speaking scenarios. So students will be reminded of training and participation expectations at all times during the training. This is especially true, though, for a training used in a communication classroom like mine that is focusing on giving grades for participation during the training. But overall, students benefit from provided examples of types of feedback and answers. It also allows fellow students to work collaboratively. When visual aids are accessible or even given in writing, it really does help students work together in a collaborative environment. And this is what it could end up looking like.
Hello, I'm Jason Davis.
Some students just need a little bit more coaching and training when it comes to answering that common interview prompt, "Tell me a little bit about yourself." In fact, students who were surveyed reported that they had a lack of experience and training meant to build oral communication skills needed for an interview. 54% of students reported that they had not received training or practice techniques for an interview, and 56% of them reported that they had not learned or practiced incorporating topics meant to provide evidence of past experiences that would qualify them for employment positions. But this is because a typical high school English language arts class really requires students to prepare and present speech topics that are based on course content. So this lack of training and practice related to building oral communication skills used during the interview process can actually lower an adolescent's confidence levels related to public speaking. And that's the reason why this training is so important. Yet, even down to the fact that students will have ample opportunities to look at visual aids, work in small group, and practice giving their speeches as often as they feel they need. And other students might need a little bit of mentoring, learning how to sit confidently in a chair. Because as you can see here, a student with high communication apprehension levels or public speaking anxiety may actually show with their use of their posture and gestures how nervous they are. But when students are given feedback meant to encourage good behavior, they will start to make a transition to not only feel more confident, but look confident. The mock interviewing training was designed to help meet the needs of the Welldarie 5J school district and the students at Roosevelt High School. So that means that they will have a formal summative assessment at the end of the training. But studies find that students who are genuinely motivated are usually motivated to participate and improve by extrinsic motivating factors. So that means that the required mock interviewing unit with a panel made up of audience members that differs from their peers can really promote more active engagement. Therefore, at the end of the first 10-day, 10-hour-long mock interviewing speaking part of the mock interviewing training, students will move from answering one prompt at a time and mock interviewing with their peers to mock interviewing with a panel of adult volunteers. Formal summative assessments will be used by the classroom instructor to give them data points to help them revise and update the training program for future use. Students will be surveyed about their thoughts related to their abilities to apply the skills that the training program was designed for. The follow-up evaluation survey focuses on students' reactions to the training and will be given to students after their participation in the mock interviewing experience. Now, the survey can be used to analyze the effectiveness of the mock interview training on students' learning goals, learning styles, and performance gaps associated with developing answers to common interview questions. And the survey, which uses the common surveying application Google Forms, can be given students via the classroom, the speech class Google Classroom. Now, before the mock interview training, students reported that they had a lack of experience in training meant to build oral communication skills during an interview. Some of the most important findings from the needs assessment came from a survey response that measured students' comfort levels associated with interviewing. 71% of students ranked their comfort level at a 1, 2, or 3 before their participation in the training. When students were surveyed after their participation in the mock interview training, they reported their comfort levels had increased, with 88.9% of students reporting that they felt prepared or very prepared to interview after the training. This is compared to 29% of students who reported feeling prepared or very prepared to interview before the training. The survey results look to validate three major theories that guide the mock interview training's use of impromptu speaking exercises, utilizing small groups to ensure that students get ample opportunities to practice, and the use of peer feedback to help students build oral communication skills necessary for interviewing and to build confidence when speaking with others. 86% of students believe that giving 3 required impromptu speeches helped them feel prepared. 93% of students believed that giving extra credit speeches helped them feel more prepared. And 83% of students believe that feedback from peers while mock interviewing helped them feel more prepared for a panel interview. So I am the type of teacher, mentor, and coach who is ready to help high school students feel ready for their next interview.